Hello and welcome to Let's Play of Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Um, this is the first Elder Scrolls game I've ever played, sort of my introduction into the gaming series. And I felt a little bit of an itch to play one of these games. I could have chosen a lot of other things, but I guess this is an Elder Scrolls game that functions in a way that's probably fairly familiar with everyone who is interested in the series these days. The earlier ones, not quite. Also, I've played a lot of Skyrim fairly recently, so I recall the game quite well. So I don't want to make a Let's Play out of that now. I dislike Oblivion quite a lot, at least the vanilla version, so I'd have to mod it at least somewhat to make it at all playable for myself. But in general, I don't want to mod these too much, because that's the way I started playing out. So I'd like to play the games how they were. Although I never played Oblivion, for example, through fully with the original ones because it pissed me off too much. But Morrowind I did, so I'm gonna do it again. And the reason why Morrowind is because I don't recall shit about this game. Basically, I recall giant mushrooms and annoying cliff racers, but I don't recall any details about quests, how to fight enemies, are any spells good to use, how to fight, does the leveling up even work. So I think this is a good choice, because I'll also be rediscovering the game as I play it, and just don't play from memory. So let's get started.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
I played this a little bit earlier just to make sure everything works, and so I also know what kind of a character I want to be, more or less, and don't have to stop for 5 minutes to think for a name for my character. My name is Thule.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
I'm sure you're right.
Quiet. Here comes the car.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
I do recall quite a few annoying things about this game. The movement I'm doing now is the basic movement speed in this game, and it's
You better do what they say.
This is running. I'm running right now. The problem is that running takes away your stamina. So you can't just keep running. So you're gonna be moving at a snail's pace for a lot at the early game.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
There are things you can work around that, but other than increasing my speed and scaling up athletics, I don't recall which one they are.
On deck, now, prisoner.
Magical items are probably the lightweight.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
Census.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Yeah. Pick a race. You can change your appearance to a minor extent, but not too much. The race gives you racial bonuses and determines what type of skills you get a boost in. I was thinking about going sort of a mage. I'm not 100% certain which. High elf would be probably the best one, but it has very strong weaknesses to magic fire frost shot, so you get a ton of damage if people get to cast spells on you, but as an exchange you get a much higher maximum magicka value than anyone else. So if you want to play as a true caster, I don't see any alternative really. Breton might be, but High Elf is still better. You can protect yourself from these effects, but I feel like I don't want to invest myself so heavily in that. I'd like to be able to do other things too. So I'll go with Breton. We do have a magical bonus, but it's much smaller. On the positive side, we get an ability to shield ourselves. I think that's 1 per day type of thing. I'm not sure. And more importantly, we get a natural resistance to magic abilities. 50% resist. That's a huge thing. So, yeah. Breton. Skill bonuses to alchemy, alteration, conjuration, illusion, mysticism, restoration. So destruction is the only thing pretty much that we don't get a bonus. I do intend to be a male. 2 is I think a male's name, but I'm not a fan of the hair. The problem is there aren't all that many great hairs in here, so I think I will be hairless. Not too much. The face doesn't matter too much. I have no intention of looking at my own character. So, yeah, this looks like a friendly enough face. Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Ah, shit. The water looks wrong. Crap. That's an easy thing to fix though. The pixel shader is not turned off, so it looks like shit.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
Yeah, there's a few ways to create a class. Answer questions, give him info, basically pick from a list, or fill out create a custom class, which we will do. An adventure class. So a few things, you can choose specialization. +5 to all skills of your specialization, so they're also easier to increase. Will be combat magic stealth. Will be magic focus. I do like to use some combat, but I don't know if I want to be focused on that. Favorite attributes, +10 to each of your favorite attributes. So intelligence, because it determines our maximum magic and I think endurance. Affects starting health, health gain per level, and your maximum fatigue. So uh, that's never a bad choice in a role-playing game. More life. It'll always be good, and that's basically the reason why I'm choosing it, because I don't really know what to pick. So I'm picking endurance. Major skills, minor skills. I think you get a larger bonus to these and minor bonus to these. Everything that's not mentioned in these two lists will be miscellaneous skills. You gain no bonuses to those. I also know that these two are related to leveling up somehow, but I'm not quite sure how. I don't recall the mechanics at all. But there's one thing we need to consider here. These skills will level us up, I'm pretty sure about that. So we don't want to put in here skills that are basically have no relationship to or no connection to our ability to do combat and things, because otherwise we could gain levels. I'm not sure if the game is level scaled. I assume there's some kind of a level scaling. I don't know, but there's a danger that we could gain levels without actually gaining any ability to fight better. So we have to be careful about what we add here. Other thing is, our major focus is spellcasting, so I'm going to fill major skills mostly with casting related skills, minor with maybe fighting and stealth, something like that. Yeah, heavy armor, medium armor, no. Spear. Governing attributes. Is that important? Armor is endurance. Spear is endurance. Strength. Is that important? I don't know. I'd like to make basically a character that is focused on spellcasting, has some stealthy abilities and some combat abilities. I don't intend to wear heavy armor, so light armor, but let's look at the skill list. Spear. The thing I'm worried about is the governing attribute. Because I'm not sure how you raise attributes in this game. Surely you can raise them. I have a recollection that it's related to the skill attribute. So the problem is that some skills or attributes are related to skills that we don't really want to take. For example, I find endurance skills are like 3: medium armor, heavy armor, and spear. But we're certainly not going to use medium or heavy armor, so the only option to gain endurance would be to use a spear. That's what I'm wondering. Is there any other way? Is that the way to raise attribute? Because if it is the only way, we need to pick one of those 3 at least. It doesn't have to be on the list, but it has to be a thing that we'll use. So medium armor, heavy armor, or spear. So if it's not any of the armors, it has to be the weapon that we're carrying around and using. And if you're gonna rely on using it, we might as well pick it as a skill, because our compatibility might rely on that. So I guess we could be a spear using me. I don't see that happen. That may be a problem. I'm not going to take any of them now. Okay. What do we take then? Alchemy? Yeah, I think that's a must if you're a spellcaster. I'd like to be an illusionist. Paralyze, illuminate, silence, calm, enrage, charm, distract, camouflage, render invisible. Conjuration might be a good thing. Summoning otherworldly weapons, armor, creatures. Undead servants. Ooh, necromancer, that might be interesting. Yeah. Okay, I can see this girl coming up. Illusionist, conjuration. Okay, that allows us to do combat. We don't need destruction necessarily, but I think we should take it. We didn't get any bonus points from our race to destruction, so it could use the help. Lone blade. New way to raise strength. Armor. Maintain weapon armor at top effectiveness. Okay, sneak abilities. I'll take. Do we take security? No, I think we'll take sneak. That's agility. Take light armor, which is agility again. Any non? Ooh, acrobatics would be strength. That might be a good strength ability for us. Basically jumping around. The problem is that in here to get skill bone, to raise a skill you have to use the skill. So acrobatics basically means we'd have to jump around like a moron to raise it, so I'm not a huge fan of that. Speechcraft. Personality, yeah, we'll take speechcraft. Hand-to-hand combat, or I think we'll take short blade. Daggers, short swords, things like that. So that's more fitting for us. Not sure what to pick as the last minor skill. 4 stealth skills. We still need 2 major and 1 minor. We have weapons, we have armor, speechcraft, sneak. Maybe restoration, healing, things like that, cure disease. Mysticism. Alteration. I'll take alteration at least. Enchantment. You can create magical items. That might be a very powerful thing. It usually is in sandbox games. Crafting of some kind. Overpowered usually. I'm not sure I want it to be a skill that levels up though. We also lack any kind of strength skill, really. We take another weapon, but if we're gonna take, we might as well take the spear, so I don't think so. I'll take more spell skills. Restoration, maybe illusion. Do we have destruction? Yeah. Conjuration, alteration. Okay, I think I'll take spellcasting things. So restoration here and illusion or mysticism. I have no idea what mysticism contains. So illusion. Yeah, definitely heavy spellcasting focus. Yeah, I should take. No, yeah, I'm ditching illusion and changing it to short blade. I want to be able to use a weapon effectively, so switch things around a bit. Yeah, magic specialist, endurance, intelligence, favorite attributes. Major skills: alchemy, conjuration, destruction, short blade, alteration. Minor skills: sneak, light armor, speechcraft, illusion, restoration. So sneak and casting mix. Okay.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
You can pick bonuses for your character. They have balancing weaknesses if they're powerful bonuses. Yeah, fortify maximum magicka to 1.5 times intelligence. Weakness to magicka 50%. Basically negate our race bonus in exchange for more maximum magicka. Yeah, it's I don't like the option. The Atronach, spell absorption 50 points, which is insane. Fortify maximum magicka 2 times intelligence. And the negative is stunted magicka. That means we have no mana regeneration, natural regeneration at all. It's all mana recovery bottles, I think, pretty much. Not sure about resting. Quick recovery. Yeah, no idea. But spell absorption 50 points, that's insane. It doesn't just prevent a spell from doing damage to you or affecting you, it takes the spell's magic and gives it to yourself, so it's a way to recharge yourself. That's insanely good. We would have a natural 50% resistance to magicka and then a spell absorption of 50 points on top of that. I don't know what exactly 50 points means, but that's a huge number on an ability. And we would get a vast increase into the pool of magic we can use. That's important because you can make custom spells in this, and you can make them use as much magicka as you can pool together. So you can make insanely powerful spells that basically drain you out of everything, but they get results. So I'm sort of thinking this might be a good option, because the pool would be vastly superior in size and allow us to access to more powerful spells in that way, custom made spells. The stunted magicka is a problem, but I'm not sure how big of a problem it is. It means we have to pump up our alchemy very fast. We need to learn restore magic item recipes. That's not an optional thing. That's a must. The lady, personality fortification, endurance fortification. No negatives. Weakness to fire 100%. In exchange for minor regeneration. Yeah, this is a terrible thing. Fire is probably the most commonly used element here, so you're taking a huge weakness on yourself in exchange for nothing. Okay, fortify agility, paralyzed target. Mage, fortify maximum magicka, weak fortification, no negative. So if you don't have anything in mind you want to pick, something like this would be good. There's only positives. Same here, only positives. Abilities against undead and restore 100 health points. Poison a target, very powerful poison. But on touch, so also damage yourself. Shadow, invisibility for 60 seconds on himself. This is another good ability if you don't really want to pick anything, because invisibility for 60 seconds is basically, if you get into deep shit, you can play that and you'll save your life. It's not meant for you to be a replacement for sneaking. It's basically meant to buy your way free from trouble that would likely kill you. 45 speed, Again, another good one. The Sanctuary 10 points. I don't know what Sanctuary does. Power, Beggar's Nose. Detect animals, detect enchantments, detect keys. Open 50 points on touch. Fortify attack 10 points. Again, I don't know what that does. But yeah, I will pick the Atronach. It seems very extremely powerful for mage. Stunned at Magicka, only weakness, and it's probably more limiting at the earliest part of the game, but once you get your alchemy up, you know the recipes, you got the ingredients, I don't think it's much of a issue, so yeah, Atronach.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
I'm sure it is. Okay, we have a stats menu.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Yeah, quite a lot of skills. Actions, this time. Reputation, bounty, attributes. I'm sure when we get our first level up, we can see how things work. Small chest, luck level 10.
Take your papers off the table and go see Captain Gravius.
Yep. Papers, please. We're getting additional menus, inventory system. We're using hand-to-hand weapon. And that's us. Taking our shirt off for some reason.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Sellus Gravius.
Buckets. Paper. Ooh, okay. Ingredients. That's not an ingredient. Large comma egg, yes it is. We can... oh, I think what the effects we can see is based on our alchemy skill. War height. Trauma rules. Levitate. Let's take everything. And bedroll. Bed can be used to rest in public buildings. Press T to rest when out in the wilderness. A pickup dagger. Iron dagger. Short blade, one hand. Chop slash thrust. Condition. Yeah, weapons break. Store fatigue. Note to Riskar. Don't think I've forgotten our wager. I want this dagger sharp as a scamp's claw by morning. Mud crab. Resist shock, restore fatigue. Fortify willpower and strength. That strength fortification might be good, but we need to carry loot from someplace. Luck pick. Apprentice luck. Uses 25. I have no idea how this works. Nothing too interesting here. Book about the different specializations and constellations. Astronaut, often called the Golem, is one of the major chargers. Its season is sun's dust. Those born under this sign are natural sorcerers with deep reserves of magicka, but they cannot generate magicka of their own. Yeah. And lockpicking a small chest. I think you have to equip the lockpick. Lockpick success. I don't know how the lockpicking works. I do know there's some kind of a quick item system, so I don't have to switch everything manually, but I'll have to find out what that is later. It'll probably save me a lot of headaches if I learn the basic controls before I start adventuring too much. Ooh, you now have map me. Right. The entire area we get to explore here is basically a gigantic volcano. It doesn't get shown too well. I'm not quite sure what that is. Yep, anyway. Money and a magical item. Restore health. 1 to 5 points on sell. We now have a magic menu too. I don't like this ordering. I'm not sure what would be a good one. Stats should be here. Maybe the inventory too. I don't like this. Inventory should be here. That can be there. And what the fudge is this? I use the size of the map. Yes, I can. Lovely. So, a window system. Not a huge fan of these. You grow a little bit bigger at least. No. Is it because this is blocking you, or because that's the maximum size? That's the maximum size. Okay. Fair enough. Can I extend this? Yes, I can. Yeah, inventory management. User interface management. Worst thing ever. We'll keep things here. What does this do? There's a minimap here. Fair enough. We'll have to alter these when we actually start using them. We'll see what's best then. Celis Rabius.
Your papers, please.
First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I'm Celis Gravius, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. We gotta tip to not try to persuade him if we're not really good at it. I think the 45/100 is your how much they like. So persuasion can increase it without any cost to yourself, but if you fail, it'll go down and down and down. So that affects what you can get from certain people. So we'll keep this strictly business. Tell me about Morrowind. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are a free man, but before you go, I have instructions on your duties, instructions from the Emperor, so pay careful attention. Oh, what are these duties? This package came with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Casades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Casades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you and a dispersal to your name. Okay, we got a directions to Caius Casades. Package for Chaos Casades and 87 gold. Can you tell me about Morrowind then? No, we asked about that. Uriel Septim. Yes, Uriel Septim is still the Emperor. According to my instructions, he personally authorized your release from prison and your delivery here. It's all very mysterious, but that's the way the Empire works. Silence, secrecy. Let not the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Any info on Caius? No, I want to know what Balmora is. Balmora is north of Seydanine. We're in Seydanine now. So north. The road passes Pelagiad village and Fort Pelagiad, crosses a deep ravine, passes Fort Moormouth, then turns west across the Odai River into Balmora. The South Wall Corner Club is in southeast Balmora on the east side of the river. For more detailed directions, talk to Elone the Scout at a real straight house here in Seydanine. But take my advice, you're new here. Take the Stilt Strider to Balmora. Fast, cheap, safe. Cross the bridge and head east. Can't miss it. A Silt Strider. Silt Striders carry passengers and cargo between settlements on Vardenfell. Fares depend on distance to be traveled. Silt Striders are giant insects. A compartment for passengers and cargo is hollowed from the creature's shell. The driver directs the beast by directly manipulating exposed organs and tissues. Yeah. Silt Striders travel between Alrune, Balmora, Seydanine, Suran, Gnesis, Molakimar, Molakgan, and North Landing near Vivek. So a lot of cities right there. Anything interesting? Not really. So, goodbye. I was wondering why he keeps his mouth open constantly. Okay, that's it, I think.
Yes?
And we can review things in our journal, and you should probably check out a real straight house up on the left. So yeah, and the journal. Topics. So, Silt Striders. Yeah, we can review all the options we've previously done. Very nice. Report to Caius Casades. Okay. I like the journal. And now we're free man. I do need to do something about the water though. But yeah. Free man. We need to start thinking, what the hell do we want to really do? Yeah, I think this is nice. Yes, indeed. More inventory space. Yeah, we don't need a large map. We just need to know our roundabout position. How about more? I don't think that, yeah, there's no quick travel system, it's just a map. Yep. Time to move on.